guys, this is T to the J Gamer, and in this video I just wanted to discuss the recent Reddit post from the username or the user Stimpack Vendor, who's claiming to be a AAA title developer and is currently working with the NX dev kit, supposedly. In his post, he's being discreet and saying, I can't say much, I don't want to lose my job, I don't want to give out my identity, blah blah blah, but in his post, he was basically focusing mainly on the NX dev kit controller and what it looked like and what it composed of. So all of this is obviously pure speculation and pretty much a rumor because we don't know who this guy is. We don't know if he's an actual developer. But I just wanted to go over what he was saying because a lot of it is pretty believable and realistic in my opinion. So eventually in the Reddit post, this Stimpack Vendor guy actually drew out what the dev kit controller looks like and posted it. And honestly, it looks like shit. His drawing looks like shit. He didn't do a very good job on drawing out what he was describing as the NX controller. But later on, one of the people that were asking him questions posted his own drawing of what he thought a Stimpack Vendor was describing as the controller. And honestly, this guy did a very good job. It looks professional. He even labeled the different components of the controller. I just want to give props to that guy. I forgot his name, but he did a very good job on drawing it out. Unlike that recent NX controller leak that was, thank God it was fake. This controller that Stimpack Vendor is describing will actually have traditional physical buttons, dual analog sticks, and of course the recent patent from Nintendo, the scroll wheels on the back, along with extra ZL and ZR buttons. But on these traditional buttons, they will actually be part of the screen. The whole controller is the screen, like the whole rectangle you see is the screen, and it will be 1080p. Before I continue, everything I'm saying is what Stimpack Vendor was saying in the Reddit post. This is not me, this is just what he was saying. I'm just reviewing what he was saying. So the screen will be a 1080p capacitive touchscreen, not resistive like the Wii U. It will be capacitive and it will have multi-touch. The D-pad, the home button, and the A, B, X, Y buttons will actually be transparent, and there will be a screen form behind them so that you can actually customize the way they look. You can actually put images behind them since there will be a screen form and you can see through them. You can actually put different icons behind them for customization. And the analog sticks are standard. They just work their way around the screen. Stimpack Vendor later confirmed in the post that the controller is about the size of the bottom half of a 3DS XL. And that seems perfect for me. I mean, I think that's the perfect size for a standard controller for a console. And he also confirmed that the processing power of the controller itself is about the same as a mid-tier smartphone. He also said that the main function of the controller is not to stream games to it like the Wii U gamepad. He said it's more like a companion app, kind of like the GameCube worked with the Game Boy Color, but its main function is not to stream games to the screen, but you are able to do that. And he also confirmed that it is not a mobile unit. It cannot be taken on the go, and it is not a hybrid. He said that Nintendo designing a hybrid console is just a myth. People kept asking about the battery life of the dev kit controller, and he kept saying that I have no way of saying how long the battery lasts because the dev kit controller is actually hardwired to the dev kit console. So he can't really say how long the battery lasts on the controller. So this diagram basically describes exactly what Stimpack Vendor was describing the controller to be. I'm just gonna start reading off these labels that the guy that designed it or the guy that drew it out wrote, because this is exactly what Stimpack Vendor was saying in the comments. Rotation bumpers can be used for cycling through various menus and items depending on the type of game, or even used in rhythm games, solving puzzles, zoom, etc. ZL and ZR will function as an additional button for various controls, including aiming and shooting in FPS. Very good combo with a controller mount case for the controller, similar to those seen with 2DS and 3DS to ensure user comfort no matter who uses the controller. Customization is key to the system and controller. Capacitive screen can be used throughout for adding additional control options such as buttons, dials, and interfaces. Perfect for inventory management and navigation as well as maps and information. Traditional thumbstick designs will work their way around the screen. They're not transparent or anything, they're just standard analog sticks, and he actually said that they look exactly the same as the ones on the Wii U gamepad. The D-pad is transparent and can also be customized by players or developers using the free-form display underneath to make a unique D-pad for each game. The home menu button can blend in with the screen and light up to show notifications for various apps by either blinking a certain color or showing, say, a logo from said app or game on the button to let the user know where the notification came from. It is also used to return to the home menu, which will run off the controller so that it doesn't take away from the TV experience. Standard buttons may be set to standard ABXY buttons by developers. Freeform display underneath each individual button, however, allows for both developers and players alike to change the once tradition buttons with unique buttons. For example, buttons may be animated or show different shapes in place of the buttons. In a Pokemon game, you may be able to use these buttons during a battle, and they will change to the various categories for items, attacks, Pokemon, and run, while other info is displayed on the touchscreen and or the TV screen. So that's basically it, guys. You might be looking at Nintendo's next controller for their NX. You know, even if this is the dev kit controller, this will not be the final product design. Just let me clarify that. If we look at the Wii U's development kit's controller, we know that that's not how the final product came out. So even if this is real, this will not be the controller's final design. And this is a very rough estimate of what it could possibly look like. So yeah, we might be looking at what the NX's controller may be composing of. I'm personally hoping that this is true because I really want Nintendo to go back to traditional ways. Honestly, if this is in fact the controller, I am perfectly happy with it. It has the 1080p capacitive touchscreen. I was hoping that the Wii U gamepad had that. And it has traditional physical buttons, unlike that leaked fake controller. I really want the Nintendo NX to be a traditional console. Nintendo needs to leave the gimmicks behind and go back to traditional. And if this controller is real, it looks like they are in fact doing that. Let me know down in the comment section below what you think. Do you think it's real? Do you think this guy is full of shit? I'm interested in talking to you guys about this down in the comment section. Remember to dislike or like the video, and remember to subscribe for more Nintendo NX content. Other than that, I'll see you guys later.